Hello everyone and welcome to Big Folk Gaming. I'm your host Chris and today is a special episode. Today we're not exactly live. I rushed home as fast as I could to get to this, but today I'll be reacting to the PlayStation 5 Showcase live stream that started about an hour and a half ago. I did not get home in time, but we're going to watch it together and react to it together. Hopefully you enjoy this video. So let's switch to this and let's just get rolling. Can I scrub through any of this nonsense? Yes. Okay, so it should be starting here. I am super excited about PlayStation 5. I will be getting one as soon as it comes out. As I was searching YouTube for the showcase, I saw a hint. I've been trying to avoid spoilers all day about what was going on, but I saw a hint of something that I think is going to be in this stream, and I think is going to be very exciting for me, honey. But we'll just have to wait and see. It's going to be starting, I think, in just a couple seconds. What is it? Okay, there we go. Alright, minute and a half. So we've seen Spider-Man already. I'm very excited about that. Miles Morales, that should be really fun. I really liked the first Spider-Man game, and I also really liked Into the Spider-Verse, that movie. So if we have a video game that's basically like a combination of two things, that's wonderful. Nothing could get better than that. So I'm very excited about that. This car game, Gran Turismo, I could not care less about. No, I'm sure people are very excited about it, and I am happy for them. Good for you, Gran Turismo fans. This is Ratchet and Clank. We saw that before too. This looks great. I'm probably gonna end up getting that. The last Ratchet and Clank game I played a lot of and I really liked. It was like a remake of the first game basically. And this game looks wonderful. They did a lot. See how it's like loading these like different universes pretty much instantly. That's very impressive. It's something that you can only do with a SSD hard drive like the PlayStation's gonna have. Is this the Square Enix game that we saw? I forget what it's called. Project Athia. Yeah, I believe it is the Square Enix game. I don't remember. Oh, is that the Returnal? I think this is Returnal. We've seen these games before. Yeah, Returnal. And Sackboy. Yeah, I'm not Sackboy. I know. I don't really care about. Sorry. Media Molecule that made the Little Big Planet games. I'm pretty impressed with their stuff. I played a lot of Dreams, but the new Sackboy game that's coming up, I don't know. This game, Kina something or other, this was on Game Informer's cover this month, which is pretty cool. It was a surprising choice, but I think it's pretty cool. It looks fun. Yeah, these are all the games we saw during the last PlayStation 5 showcase, so we're like re-seeing them all over again during the like pre-show. It's cool. Is this saying that it's gonna be an hour and a half before we start the live stream? Because that's, yeah, I thought that was a minute and a half. I was totally wrong about that. So we're not. Okay, here we go.
It's gonna officially reveal this.
And what do you think of this? Like the fact that we know a lot more about the Series X, and Sony's been really quiet.
I don't really want to listen to these folks talking. Sorry, I'm just scrubbing through video here. Sorry.
But yeah. Lisa Sizzle.
Scrub. Alright, so 45 seconds until the show starts. I wish I had been here to see it live. I really wanted to be, but I just could not get home from work in time. It's the problems of trying to do a streaming network on top of having a full-time job. It's hard. It's really hard, you guys. I say that a lot, but this is exciting. 25 seconds. So hopefully today we're going to find out how much the PlayStation costs.
Which is very exciting, but also I think a lot of people really just want to know what we're getting at Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. So
Did you say something about
15 seconds out.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we're going to find out how much it costs finally, maybe when we can start to pre-order.
For like 6 seconds, maybe
You can stop talking, it's fine. I'm trying to talk.
3 seconds from right now. But we'll be back for the post show right afterwards. Stick around. Sony's starting right now.
Here we go.
PlayStation 5. Yeah.
How exciting. So yeah, we should find out how much it costs. Hopefully when we can start to pre-order. Okay, I'm staying tuned. I'm familiar with triangle, circle, X, square. And I'm wondering about the presentation of this. Who was it that did the Mark Cerny did that presentation on the hardware, and he was like in front of a kind of virtual audience, which it was weird, but that was a fun presentation, I guess. Why are we getting all these people's ads? I just want to see the show. How long? Okay, so it's gonna start soon. So of the games that we know about now, I'm definitely gonna get Spider-Man. I'm almost certainly gonna get Horizon Zero Dawn 2. That, what was it called again? Project Athia, I think, was the Square Enix game. I'm definitely interested in that. Okay, here we go. Ooh, mature content. How exciting. Alright, here's the hardware. We've seen this already. Do I not have volume? Oh, what's going on with the volume? I don't have volume. Hold on. Pausing and troubleshooting for a second. My volume's turned up. Do I need to turn it up here? No, there's just no volume. And the volume was working before. Okay. I don't know if that's the video. What's going on here, Sony? Come on, we're seeing games I think that we haven't seen yet. Okay, alright, there we go. Captured on PC to emulate the PS5 experience. That's suspicious. What is this? Oh, this looks like a Square Enix game for sure.
You all know the target. Shiva's dominant.
Shiva?
And only the dominant. How do we even know the girl will be among? Our kind do not question orders. We follow.
Oh, those are chocobos. This is Final Fantasy.
Sergeant, summon their icon.
Oh my god. Titan. Creative Business Unit 3. Oh man. This is Final Fantasy 16 for sure.
Our foe will not relinquish their mother crystal easily.
Oh.
This will be a bitter fight.
You should not be out of doors.
There's parts of this that are looking a lot like 16 or 15, I mean.
Your father will be expecting us.
Certainly not what they're wearing.
I have Joshua's shield. I have sworn to protect you.
White chocobo. Oh. Wait, so is that the protagonist? Is this?
What do you mean you refuse? Did you not pledge your sword to our cause?
Is it a single player game or a multiplayer? It looks a lot like 15, just with a different setting.
It was the Daleks who drove back the Crusaders in Wrath of the Twin Realms, wasn't it?
Without the blessing of the Mother Crystal, we cannot defend our realm from the spread of the blight.
See, that right there looks so much like 15. That looks like Noctis. Oh, the music. The music is good.
Imperial brightness. Do they really mean to invade us?
That kind of like looked like one of the judges from 12. Is this in Ivalice? Oh, that was violent. You don't really usually get that much blood in a Final Fantasy game. So we're getting summons. We've gotten some spells. What is that? Oh.
That's impossible.
Oh, Ifrit. wonder, are they
Has shaped our history.
positioning this as like a prequel to 15 maybe? Which had a lot to do with the crystals and all that, and the summons were very important to the story. Oh my god, this looks so good. That's definitely the protagonist.
If it's the last thing I do.
16. Wow. Wow, PlayStation exclusive. Oh, for console. That's still also available on PC. That's surprising. So it's not going to be on Xbox. That's wow. Wow. So that looks amazing. Obviously, I don't know if I'm sold on like the story of it. I love Final Fantasy though. I'm gonna play the crap out of that game. That's exciting. I'm surprised that it's exclusive. What is this? So they could only show the PC footage of Final Fantasy 16, but now this is PlayStation 5. Okay. Yeah, we've seen Spider-Man, but this is cool. More footage from that. Are we gonna see gameplay? Miles Morales is such a good character. And playing as him in the Marvel Spider-Man on PlayStation 4 is kind of a blue balls experience because it was just like stealth gameplay. There was no actual Spider-Man gameplay as him.
Dude, I am so fill your suit with snow. Are you still wearing your suit? Yeah, just in case. It's gonna be fine.
Oh, here. Wow, so right into gameplay. Wow, that looks good.
This is my favorite part of living in Harlem. Pop-up street fair, best food.
Oh, man, this looks really good.
This would be great for the last game I was working on. Should get back into mixing. Yeah, it's been a while. What do you think about Rio Morales? You gonna vote for her? It's still hard to think of Mom as a politician. She's been a teacher my whole life. Skill sets, right?
I'm just enthralled.
People, educating them, making sure they don't throw things at each other.
What's gonna happen is some villain's gonna show up at some point, right? And he's gonna have to fly to action.
Hi, I'm Ryan
Oh.
Gordon, creative director and
Maybe not.
Games. We're excited to show you this first look at gameplay in Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales. Our story picks up 1 year after the events of the first game. We find Miles' new home, Harlem, is in danger. Trouble brews while Miles' mom, Rio Morales, leads an election rally. A war between the devious energy corporation of Roxxon and the Underground. A high-tech criminal army led by the Tinkerer starts to break out.
The
In this
Tinkerer.
gameplay sequence, captured on PlayStation
Familiar
4,
with him.
the Underground attacks Roxxon, sending the rally into chaos in a fight that spills onto the Breakaway Bridge, where the Underground tries to steal Roxxon's experimental energy source, Newform. Let's take a look.
Okay. I was getting concerned that the only gameplay they were going to show would be him walking through a crowd as Miles, not as Spider-Man.
Let's not shoot each other, alright?
Let's get kind of a Kylo Ren, cyberpunk Kylo Ren vibe. Or, oh, that's a lady. She kind of looks like something out of Destiny too. Oh, so he's got his little paralysis thing, whatever that's called. This isn't gameplay though. Oof. Oh, that's cool. And you can see his like fighting style is just a little bit different from Peter Parker's. Oh, and he's got some new powers. Oh, this is good. This is good stuff. I wonder, because Peter Parker had all different kinds of suits that each had their own different powers. I wonder if that's going to be the case in this game too, or if just him being Miles Morales and having his own set of powers is going to be the gameplay hook of it. Oh, and the music too. Oh my gosh. I love hip hop, and like a hip hop Spider-Man soundtrack. Ooh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be so good. So there were prompts there where you could like pick up some of the pieces of the environment, like that tire there, which is something you could do in the original game too. So they didn't show it off, but oh no. This is all very exciting. I'm just watching enthralled. I didn't play all the DLC for Spider-Man. I probably should have, and I probably will before I get into this game. But like what's going on with Peter Parker while all this is happening? Is he not around? I'm curious. Oh my gosh. Ah. What about everyone else? So there's a lot of QuickTime events here. Seems like more than we saw in the original Spider-Man. Is that gonna be? Is that gonna be a theme of this game? Maybe more cinematic. Oh, this. Yeah, we've seen this in Spider-Man 2. It's this whole deal. Oh no. I'm a little concerned about the QuickTime event thing. But, I mean, this is obviously a huge set piece. We're getting a lot of action here, so this could be not a huge part of the game. They just want to show this part off because it looks very cool. I could see that being the case. I remember actually in the first few trailers we saw of the first Spider-Man game, there were a lot more QuickTime events than we ended up seeing in the completed game. So it could be that they're just trying to show off the action set pieces, like. Xbox? They showing off Xbox during the PS5 reveal? Oh, is this the Suicide Squad game? Oh, Wizarding World. This is gonna be Harry Potter.
Magic, both beautiful and powerful.
Okay.
Binds together our long history.
Okay.
That common bond we share is the legacy of Hogwarts.
This is... I bet this isn't landing as well as it would have been if J.K. Rowling hadn't gone off the bender recently. Oh man, that kind of sucks. I hope Harry Potter fans, trans and cis alike, are excited for this, but
In this castle tells the story. Witches and wizards who came before.
that lady could have just kept her mouth shut.
Lifelong friends and grow into your own magical abilities.
I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan. I enjoyed the movies good enough, but this isn't something that this game isn't for me. Maybe I'll play it at some point, but it's not being made for me. There's a whole bunch of people that I'm sure are thrilled by it.
There is a larger world beyond these walls. A world filled with dangers you can't yet imagine. An ancient knowledge long gone from this world.
That looks cool.
That strange and mysterious talent you possess may be the key to unlocking this dormant power.
That looks weird. It looked like the frame rate on that bridge being built was like lower than everything else. Oh. I liked the look of that villain, though, if it was indeed a villain. Yeah. That's cool. That's unlike anything we've really seen in the Harry Potter universe.
The choices you make now.
Of course, that John Williams score. Gotta love it. Ain't nothing wrong with hearing some more of that. Hogwarts Legacy. It's interesting. Okay. Avalanche. I seem to remember hearing that Avalanche was working on a Harry Potter game. So that was it? Yeah. Cool. Oh, I get it. I was thinking it was... Well, I wasn't thinking it was Xbox, but it was reminding me of Xbox before, but we're just seeing the X square circle triangle in between the game reveals.
Hi everyone, I'm Dan Andre, creative director.
Raven. Is this going to be Call of Duty?
One of our goals as developers is to bring the game world to life unlike anything you've ever experienced, and the PlayStation 5 is making that happen. With the power of the new console, we've been able to significantly enhance the overall experience. From what you see in the world, to what feels in your hands, to what you hear around you. In Black Ops Cold War, you will be transported to the year 1981, in the middle of one of the most dangerous times the world has ever known, the height of the Cold War. The following is a portion of the first campaign mission where you've been given the name of a high-value target linked to the Iran hostage crisis. But in true Black Ops style, nothing is as it seems. Take a look.
So Call of Duty games aren't also not super for me. I'm not huge into the shooter genre in general, especially first-person shooters. I did play a bit of the Modern Warfare remake, and it was good. It was fun.
Airfield's just a bad. Let's go find this shithead.
Okay, language.
Priority is to hide the garage. Let's go on.
It certainly looks good.
Check it out.
From what I've heard about the Call of Duty, like especially the Black Ops community, a lot of the fans were hoping for like a Cold War return, because I think the original Black Ops was set in the Cold War, like the 60s, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think a lot of fans, and then 2 and 3 were like more futuristic. Again, I'm not super sure, but I think people hopefully will be this is set in the 80s, so still during the actual Cold War. Take him out. Well, they fully let him kill those other people first before taking him out. This is gonna be violent, folks. Get ready. Yep. Hey, you missed him. Whole body shield. Oh no, that's brutal. This is more brutal than I was expecting. Oh, jeez Louise. 16, yep, it's a big action set piece. It's very exciting. It's all for a game I'm probably not going to play. Super excited about Final Fantasy 16 though. What a reveal that was. I wasn't, like, okay, are we going to hear about Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 2? I hope we do. I wasn't super expecting them to get to 16 until maybe the remakes are all done, but I guess so. I hope they're not, like, planning to alternate releases. Like, 16, then 7 Part 2, then 17, then 7 Part 3. I don't know. We'll see. I think when they first revealed this game, Ronald Reagan was a huge part of it.
We hope you enjoyed
We
that
didn't see
sneak
much of
peek
him
at the
this time.
campaign for Black Ops Cold War. There are many more twists and turns along the way as you begin to unravel the truth, and we can't wait for you to play it soon. In addition to the story campaign, Cold War features the next generation of multiplayer online combat. And an all-new awesome zombies
This
experience.
gentleman's from
Today,
Raven.
it's a special honor to announce on behalf of my friends at Treyarch
Oh,
that the PlayStation community doesn't have to wait to play multiplayer. Starting this Friday, PlayStation players will be able to play the multiplayer element
Ooh.
exclusively on PlayStation 4.
I
And
bet
for
they're
those of you
excited
that are
about that.
watching at home on your PS4, you can preload the experience starting tomorrow.
Are people
Can't
watching
wait
this
to
on
see
their
you online
PS4?
Friday and through the weekend.
I guess that makes
Enjoy
sense.
The rest of the show.
I'm kind of curious because Raven, are they the lead studio on that game? I want to say it was Treyarch, but now I'm curious. So I'm gonna look that up. Hold on, Call of Duty Cold War developer. Developers. Yeah, Treyarch and Sledgehammer and Raven. So Raven is like a support studio. So they had a gentleman from Raven give that talk, which is interesting. Hey, maybe everyone else is just busy making the game. What is this now? Is this more Call of Duty?
Chris? What the hell?
Chris. Oh, is this
Take him away.
Resident Evil Village? Bake 'em away, tours. Yeah, Capcom. This is Resident Evil 8.
In life and in death, we give glory. The bell tolls for us all. They're coming again.
The Resident Evil games fascinate me because they're so popular, and I'm sure wonderful games, but scary games freak me out. I should play one on stream sometime because I struggle. It's hard for me.
Long ago, a young girl went with her mother to get berries for her father.
This is weird.
Park. But the forest greeted them with a dark, cold silence. The bush is empty. Yet determined to find the berries, the rascal broke free from his grasp and vanished
Rascal.
into the trees. Mother's worried cries faded fast as the girl ran on, over vine, under branch, and into the forest deep.
Is
It's
that-
just a local tale.
Is that the girl? Yep. Village. So, also probably a game I'm not gonna play. Who knows though? Maybe I'll play it on screen.
Window shut away.
Scare the crap out of myself. Oh, this is definitely. Yeah. This game looks cool. Yeah. I definitely like the presentation. It's like a Quentin Tarantino movie, or like one of the very many movies that he bases all his movies on from the '60s.
And each visionary is a different piece. Here's Eagle. I've done so many loops, I've learned to run circles around him.
I still haven't been able to put my finger on exactly what's making this game so special. Like, is it so? It's a multiplayer game. Is it like an Overwatch? Or is it just one-on-one?
I've tried taking my targets out one by one, more than I can remember, but there's never enough time. I go after one, another lives, because right now, half an island away, a different visionary is throwing his nightly cannibal masquerade. Alexis Dorsey.
Everybody shut up! This is my jam.
Ego's a big fan, yet somehow he never makes it to the party. Something keeps him home.
Colt, you there, buddy?
Here's the invite to the party. And here's why Ego blew it off. He made some kind of scientific breakthrough that morning.
I did it! I did it! It works!
That he makes every morning. Unless I get there first.
So now I'm getting like an Outer Wild sense from it. Like you have to do events in a certain sequence.
No breakthrough. No reason for Ego not to drink his disappointment with Alexis. Now I got a shot at killing them both at the same time. In the same loop.
With like a Hitman essence to it. Oh, that's cool. So there's like powers too. So yes, what I'm getting is Overwatch meets The Outer Wilds meets Hitman. Does that make any sense? It's whatever it is. It's cool. This game looks cool. Oh, with a little super hot in there too.
8 targets on my list. Every one of them with grand plans for eternal life. To break the loop, I gotta break the rules. The clock's ticking.
And you just ran out of time.
Yeah.
Forgetting Colt. I'm not like those other idiots. Only got one name on my list. Yours.
Huh. Well, Arcane Studios, they made the Dishonored series and Prey. They make good games, so yeah. Again, that was a PlayStation exclusive. I don't think I knew that, so that's cool. A lot of these are going to end up on Xbox, so even though they say console exclusive, it's probably a timed exclusive. Capcom. Oh, this is that one Capcom game that I can't remember the name of.
Would our fates,
It had a weird name, if I recall.
would I have your life?
Was it Returnal? No.
You're a demon.
Oh, this is Devil May Cry anyway. Oh, okay. So a game that already released is going to come to PlayStation 5. Yay! It's just like the GTA 5 reveal all over again. I did not play Devil May Cry 5. I do like that series though, so So maybe I'll play this. We'll see. But during the last PS5 reveal, there was a Capcom game that was a new IP, and I'm trying to remember what it was called, and I can't remember if it was Returnal or if it was something else. There were a few different games in that reveal that had weird names. Seen 2 Capcom games so far, though. I'm curious if they showed anything specifically there that was not in the original game. I wouldn't know. I didn't play that game, but I'm curious about that for sure. Oh, this is gonna be Abe's Odyssey? Abe's Exodus? Or maybe a whole new game.
What are they doing? Did those fugitive morons burn down their own hideout?
It sounds idiotic, but that's exactly what it looks like.
Bad woman for burning down my farm.
Hi, I'm Lauren Landon, creative director of Oddworld Soulstorm.
Soulstorm, that's right. I think it's
a trailer from the game. Here, our unlikely hero, Abe, finds himself fresh off the back of freeing his people from the nefarious Rupture Farms.
Yeah, I think it's a remake of Exodus.
But soon discovers it has only just begun. The stakes are higher, the threats are larger, the obstacles are more devious, and it's all made possible by the power of a PlayStation 5. And enjoy.
This game's been out and about for kind of a while. I think maybe it was supposed to come to PS4. Maybe it still will. It'll just be cross-gen, maybe? I don't know. He did say it was only possible because of the PS5, but I mean, I'm not seeing anything so far that wouldn't be feasible on a PS4. Who knows?
What are you doing? Hold up. I could go for a sail trip. Let me get it out of here. Come on, let me get out of here. My tummy's growling.
It's cute. So yeah, I think that Soulstorm is like positioned as a remake of Abe's Exodus, which was a sequel to the first game, Abe's Odyssey. I'd love to see another Square Enix game.
Your friends are worried about you. They're here with me. Please come out.
What is this?
Gregory, I may have lost my temper earlier, but it was just a glitch. It won't happen again.
Oh, that's creepy.
It's been such a difficult day for all of us.
Okay, Disco Ball, hey now.
You come out and we can play a game together. It won't happen again.
I don't know what this is.
It was just a glitch.
Gregory, be still.
Gregory.
I think she's found us.
Is it? This is Five Nights at Freddy's, I think, which is another series I've never played. Yeah. Oh, God. Okay, I can live without that. That's fine. I guess I think the original series of that was just took place in a restaurant or something, or in a small space. It kind of looked like it was going to be in a bigger space this time. Open world Five Nights at Freddy's. For those, I'm sure big fans of that series are excited now. And good for them. PlayStation's PlayStation Studios. I'm not sure.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel.
Japan Studio.
Let strength be granted so the world might be mended.
Oh, this is Demon Souls.
Lost withdrawn from its vessel.
That
Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
I'm not sure I've seen that PlayStation Studios logo before, though. I'm curious about that. Again, this is in the From Software vein. Demon's Souls, one of the worst named games of all time. This is a remake of a PS3 game. Not really my cup of tea, although I think I would actually like it. I just have never really given them a chance. And so maybe I will play this game actually. It looks very cool. It looks nice. I think maybe this is also the first gameplay we're seeing too, so I'm sure people are excited about that. When I saw that PlayStation Studios logo, it gave me pause. I was thinking for a second it could be God of War. But if we see God of War during this stream, I'm going to die a little bit because I loved that game. No music, no narrative or anything going on here, just one dude walking around killing folks. I guess people love these games, so I'm sure they're excited, as I said before. I think they could have done with putting some music in the trailer though. Something exciting is going to be at the top of these stairs. There we go. That's exciting. And there's some music. So, okay. I think they could have done with about half of that running through the hall, slicing up the minions. I'll give him this. It's not every game trailer you see where the person playing the game during the gameplay part actually dies. So that's pretty cool and unique for this game. I like how they waited for the title reveal until the very end, as if nobody knew what game that was. That's fun. Show me Final Fantasy VII Part 2. That sounded familiar. Oh, Fortnite. Yeah, that's what it was. Oh, I heard that Fortnite's having a ray tracing update. I think it's like tomorrow that that's happening. So I might actually jump into Fortnite on PC just to check that out. There's not too many games you can play with ray tracing on them yet. So I'm interested in that, and my PC can take it, so. Like anyone's surprised, Fortnite is going to be available at launch on PS5. But I'm sure people are excited. And I'm curious if that will have the ray tracing update in it too. The PlayStation Plus collection. This is new. A new benefit for PS5. I love that game so much. Ooh, Monster Hunter World. Okay, so are these... Is it just that you're going to have a bunch of PS4 games you can play on PS5 that come with PS Plus? I mean, it's not nothing, but I already have a lot of these games.
My name is Marcus.
My name is Cora.
My name is Connor.
A lot of these games, or all of them maybe, already came out on PS Plus. Maybe not all of them, because I don't think Final Fantasy 15 did. Last Guardian's the game I haven't played yet, and I would like to play that.
After all, we've done.
I love Persona 5. Stay tuned soon for the Big Full Gaming Top 10 Games of the Generation. We may hear from Persona 5 again. Hint, hint. Selection of generation-defining PS4 games. The entire collection on your PS5 at launch. I mean, that's cool. That's a good perk. There are games there that hadn't been released on PS Plus. So yeah, that's fun. So you buy a PS5 and you automatically have access to a whole library of games, even if you never owned a PS4, as long as you get PS Plus. So that's pretty cool. It's a good way to onload people into the PS5 environment. And here's some hardware. We've already seen this. Is this going to be the price reveal though? Just curious how much longer the video is. I do like that interesting texture on the inside of the wings. I don't know what you call those things, but people have stuff to say about the design of the PS5. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it... Oh, $4.99 and $3.99. Okay, here's the price reveal. Very interesting. Oh, November 12th. Oh, November 19th. No, November 12th for US. Okay, November 12th. It was $4.99 for the disc version.
Thank you all for
and
joining us
$3.99
today.
for the
You've been part of this
not
amazing
the
journey.
digital version.
It's your passion as fans of gaming that
But when
drives
can
us
we
to deliver
pre-order?
a
It didn't say
truly
that.
generation of experiences on PS5. From everyone at PlayStation,
$4.99?
your continued support.
Not bad. That's the same price
We
as the
look forward to you
Xbox
getting your hands on PS5
Series X,
very
if I'm not
soon.
mistaken.
To close, let me leave you with one more quick look.
Yeah, one more quick look. Is this gonna be God of War? I'm gonna die. I feel like by the
time grows near.
Oh, this is God of War. Alright, I said it. I was gonna die. Here I am, dead. Oh my god.
You must prepare yourself.
Ragnarok. Are we not gonna see any characters? I was curious to see if Atreus was gonna be like an adult, but we're not gonna know. Next year! Wow! Okay. Sony Santa Monica, of course. I'm curious if Cory Barlog is directing that. I'm surprised that's next year. Wowza, wowza.
Let's go.
So that was a pretty good reveal. We saw some stuff we hadn't seen before. Final Fantasy XVI sticks out to me. As well as, of course, God of War Ragnarok. The price, competitive with Xbox. I think the Xbox Series S is $299, so that $399 for the digital edition doesn't quite stack up, but I think the digital edition of the PS5 has, like, all it is the PS5 without a disc drive, whereas the Xbox Series S has some concessions to it in terms of power. So I think that $399 price point is actually pretty competitive, pretty good. I'm gonna get the disc version, I think. I want to know when I can pre-order it though. They didn't say that, did they? Or did I miss it? So, of what we saw today, Final Fantasy XVI and God of War, certainly the ones I'm most interested in. And the ones we hadn't seen so far. I'm trying to think. If there's anything else there we haven't seen yet. I mean, I guess we didn't know about Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't care about that though. And the Devil May Cry Special Edition. Again, we may not have known that was coming, but Devil May Cry 5 is an old game, so. Yeah, but that was exciting. Oh, Harry Potter, right. I don't think we had seen that game yet. But there were a lot of rumors that Avalanche was coming out with a Harry Potter game, so that can't have been a huge surprise.
And welcome back. That was
Wow.
complete.
All right, I'm going to pause this thing. So yeah, that was very exciting. Thank you all for joining me on that journey. November 12th, we're going to have PS5, and I will almost certainly have some PS5 content to share with you. So thank you. Thank you for joining me. I'm Chris from Big Folk Gaming, and this has been a blast. Bye.